った奴らは浮かに行っちゃった誰に頼まれたわけでもないのに止まらねえ腕ここでは誰もが王様なのね手が長続きする気がしないとかそんな性格で何が悪いただ好きなもんは好きがやお黙り君無責任心地ゼログラビリーうるさいな邪魔しないでね一発派手にやってみようやのみそイマジネーション見たも来たもそれ全部血になる飛べる飛べ舐めさしとけ頭ん中も完成形見えた頭ん中も自由自在心の網目細かくして最強の世界できちゃってるわな
Hey everyone, and welcome to Choochagatari, Unlimited Trainworks, video game Chooch's anime podcast, which is back, finally. How long were we gone? Was it a month?
It was a month.
Alright.
A whole month gone, and still no word.
Wow. Well, that's like the first time we've taken any significant time off, so hey, you know. It's 2020 now anyway. Who cares about 2019 anime anymore? Doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
Y'all missed out on nothing.
Well, hang on. Actually, wait.
Oh, yeah?
We might be talking about 2019 anime today, right?
Fuck. Oh, I guess so. If we have to, fine. Well, all right. So, yeah. Anyways, with me is I'm Rose, and then here is John. John is defending 2019 over here.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But I'm defending 2019 anime, because, look, last year was bad. This year's probably going to be worse, but the anime was really good last year, and hey, the anime seems like it might be just as good, if not better, this year. So, you know what? Just keep going, folks.
That's true. Elvie is also here. Hi, Elvie.
I'm also here. Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good. Yeah.
Good.
I mean, not much else to say about that.
All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well.
What else can be said?
The year just started. Well, we're a week in.
We are a week in. I mean,
I don't know if I can say that anymore.
There's only like 3 shows up right now. I was looking before. Well, there's like 5 now. And 3 when I was looking for. Oh, whatever. Anyways. Yeah. So I guess we'll just start with that whole thing of the Anime Awards. So yeah, we talked about this a whole month ago, and it's finally time for us to talk about. It's actually, this is more fitting, because like I always liked how our site Game of the Year awards come out right at the end of the year. We always do it right at the very, very end, that last week, and then this is good, because it actually feels like we've been able to disconnect, from like the most recent season and evaluate things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, John, what category do you want to start with for this? I'll have you read the categories.
Sure. Should I just read through all the categories and then we'll, go start talking, or do you want to just do one by one?
Let's do one by one. How about that? That sounds good to me.
All right. I think we should start off with something a little low stakes. How about we start off with funniest moment? I think that'd be a good
sure,
get into
that
it
sounds
kind of
good.
category.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So John, you can go first. What do you think is the funniest moment of 2019 in anime?
I just put down pretty much any time Reagan did anything in Mob Psycho 102.
He is a funny man. I picked that up again recently. Or finally had the ability to watch some more. And what a wonderful man. Just everything he does is just so funny.
He's hysterical. Like that entire plot of him pretty much being exposed as a fraud was both heartrending and extremely funny. Just they keep that joke going in such a masterful way that it never gets old. He is a very, very funny character. Like, everyone in that show is hilarious, but Reagan is just on another level. I love that show, and I loved just seeing Reagan in general. So he is my funniest moment pick for 2019.
All right. Elvie, what do you think is the funniest moment?
Okay. So I'm choosing a funny moment from an otherwise kind of serious and heavy show. And the series would be O Maidens in Your Savage
Sure.
Season, Mario Kodajoy. And, like, it would be, just to give a little context, it's the ending sequence of the first episode and how basically the first episode ends. And actually, I don't even remember if this stuff happens, like, if... So the main character, so just to focus on, well, not the main character, it isn't really a main character in the show, it focuses on a group of girls, right? But, like, kind of the central character where she's trying to confront her feelings about, do I have a crush on my childhood friend, etc. And, like, looking back on all these awkward things, like, oh yeah, as kids we saw each other naked and stuff, we never thought about that, it's kind of like a typical, it's nice how, like, grounded the show is talking about those kind of very frank things about, like, sexuality and, like, growing up and the awkwardness around it, and now you're like, you're in the stage of hitting puberty, and it's like, what do I do with all this stuff? Now this is kind of like a weird thing to think about, right? And I forgot, but, like, okay, again, this is not really a spoiler, but it kind of sets up, like, a big dilemma throughout the show, where she actually walks in on her childhood friend looking and, like, jerking off to porn, and It's, like, really weird, and it's like, oh god. I don't remember if this happens in the first episode or if this happens after, but essentially the way the first episode ends, as we're following her, she's, like, running through the neighborhood and she's just freaking out. Now she's, like, feeling so embarrassed and kind of ashamed that all these sexual thoughts are going in on her head, and she tries to talk to her parents about it, and she doesn't really get anywhere with it. At least her parents are very, her parents are not closing off on her, but they misunderstood what was going on with what she's talking about and stuff, and instead they interpret it as her, like, oh, she wants to spend more time with us. So they kind of have this cute, tender moment where, like, they're, like, sharing a bed together and, like, they're just hugging their daughter, etc. But anyway, it leads up to, like, she just starts running out to, like, the block neighborhood, and she kind of can't unsee all these sexual, like, perverted things, like, on the storefronts. Like, she starts seeing all these double entendres that she didn't see before, like, on the store names. Like, I don't know, for instance, like, oh, like, like, saying, like, she just starts seeing things like a dick joke, or she starts seeing things like, oh, like, is that a stripper club? Like, and, and she's either imagining it, or those things were actually there the whole time, and she's just really sick of, like, oh, like, why can't the world, not have these sexual things? And eventually she, like, and it's a very crude joke that at least I thought was funny, where she stops over the bridge of, like, a train, it's there's, like, a train track underneath this bridge, and she stops there. And she just falls to the ground. And she's just really upset and unsettled. And, like, and there's this really crude, like, visual joke of, like, the train going through her legs. And it's, like, really crude. But then when you think, it becomes this overarching, like, thing where she's afraid of sex. And she's afraid of, like, how to confront that, like, eventually, when it eventually gets there. And at this point, she still hasn't confessed to her crush, etc. But I thought personally it was just, like, a really funny moment that I think resonates with, sort of, like, my experiences confronting that sort of thing, and, like, maybe others as well. Of course not for everyone. It's not, like, a good generalization of, like, how people confront those things, but I just thought it was actually, like, I felt like that whole sequence was, like, in a way that, even though it seems like it's a crude and kind of tactless thing, I don't think it was. I actually thought it was, like, a funny depiction of, like, someone going through that thing and not sure how to confront those sort of sexual feelings for the first time, like that sort of sexual awakening. Yeah.
All right.
That's yeah, I can agree with that. I watched that show as well, and I was very thrown back because I think the ending of the preview that they did for that episode, because they released a preview earlier than the series, was even better because it was just her opening the door and nothing happened yet or whatever, and you can just hear some noise, and it was very effective.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Rose? What was your favorite funny moment?
Listen, I thought about this long and hard. I thought there were a couple options, because, there's a lot of funny anime last year, but it has to come down to Super Senko time.
Yes.
It's, like, the funniest thing I've ever seen, and every week I was, like, on the edge of my seat, ready to, like, lose my mind at whatever new location they put Senko in
So like the
ASMR
whole
me.
series as a concept.
No, like specifically just Super Senko time, that ending bit that they
Okay.
did. The last like minute of every episode was Senko comes out and it goes, it's Super Senko time, and it's just like acts like the theoretical animated camera is you, and Senko is ASMRing you, and it's like mortifying, honestly, but it was very fucking funny. Like she's like, oh, what should we get from the grocery store? Camera nods. Like, I was losing my mind. It was really funny.
It's another level.
It really is another level.
I think that's scary.
It was just funny because like
opposed to
legitimately her being like, what should we get from the grocery? And the camera just nods and she goes, fried tofu, sure.
like a children's like education
Exactly,
program where
yeah.
the but for like grown men who can't like help themselves.
I mean, it's kind of, yeah, when you say it like that, it's a little sad. It's, it's just like the famous song Mad World says, it's kind of funny, it's also kind of sad.
Quoting a great line in music history.
Yep.
Yes.
God, it's so nightmarish. Like, I just pulled one up because I just kind of wanted to look at this again. It's just,
should be
it's
it.
not good.
The music.
Oh man,
The
yeah,
sweeping.
here she is. She's cleaning your ears.
There's a cleaning your ears. Oh man, like do you
Of
hear
course
it?
there
Like, do you
is.
feel-
Oh, I
if you're on your
bet.
headphones,
Kinda.
oh
I mean,
goodness.
But like, that's not even. That's not
even the
how
worst
that would work. Because like she's like looking down at you, but you're
She's
like
massive.
looking up. But like,
So your head's on the lap, like right? Your head's on her lap. That's the only way.
yeah.
Okay.
Why'd she blow in your ear? I would be like, don't do that. Stop. Ah, fuck, stop. Ah, like. So we put out the call for some answers. Not everyone answered every single one. I'm not gonna be like, you need to do that. But I'll just read the ones that people sent in, the answers. So we only got one answer for funniest moment, and it was from Beryl, who said that their favorite moment is any time that Carmilla gets owned in Kimono Michi.
It's also kind of sad, just like I said before. It's a little like, oh.
Yeah, it's a little upsetting. But also very funny.
Yeah.
The funny category is like a multi-genre.
It's multi-dimensional.
Yeah, it's like interpret it as you wish.
Because even like the Reagan moments, it's like, like he's hilarious, but also that entire season was him going through shit. So
Yeah, especially the one I described, I was like, yeah, this is obviously also kind of upsetting in a lot of different ways. It's like,
yeah. I mean, comedy and tragedy go hand in hand.
That's
you know?
true.
it's
That's,
fine.
that's what the Joker said.
Which Joker?
All of them.
The jester that was
Okay.
talking to the king. Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay, all right.
He said that. Okay, let's see here. How about we go on to the isekai section?
Sure. Get it out of the way, yeah.
We had two isekai awards. There was just the isekai that we hated the least, which might be a little mean. Some of these shows are legit good. And then we also had the isekai that made us want to ise die.
It's just a very good name.
So I think we'll start off with the good one. Let's start off with which isekai was our favorite this season or this year.
All right. Elvie, do you want to get us started this time?
I don't think I really watch
Wow,
Isekai?
that's so sad. What are you doing?
the past 2019 season. And the only one I watched was Era Fuerte, which I would put in my personal, this was bad, but also that's not fair because I think that was the only one I think fits in this category, right? I actively did not watch Isekai, so I cannot
All right. Well,
unfortunately nominate anything or say
All right.
what my pick is.
okay.
I'll go next.
Sure.
Okay. I for hated the least, I said Ascendance of a Bookworm. even though it was recent, because ultimately there were a lot of flaws in the other ones that were like for example, I could have put Ari Ferretti here, even though it's bad, because there were parts of it where I was like, oh, this is cool though, you know, like it was kind of sick sometimes, but then it was sick most of the time, so I didn't feel comfortable putting it there. But like A Sentence of a Bookworm, like it was boring sometimes, sure, but like I never had like an outward problem with it, and especially after the ending of the season where she like force choked a man to death, I thought that was really good. Like that was a real heel turn moment, and I'm very excited to watch more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you in that. Like, yeah, I did watch this show, but I also just dropped it because I just honestly lost interest. So that's just me. Me and Isekai do not. But I do agree with you. Yeah, this probably would fit like something that's like, oh, this actually has a lot of potential. And so definitely Isekai hated the least.
Yeah.
Because concept-wise, it's at least different and it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's nice to hear.
Exactly.
And,
My answer was Kemono Michi.
Oh, sure. I didn't even consider that as an isekai, but it is.
I mean,
it's literally an isekai.
It is quite an isekai, yeah. So I guess I'll just kind of use this as my chance to talk about the show real quick, because I finished watching it this past week. It was very fun. It had its moments of repetition. You know, they do the same jokes over and over, where, you know, he flips out on somebody if they call him the demon killer or whatever, and, you know, the wolf girl, or is she a wolf? I think she's like a wolf or something.
Yeah.
She's always like, oh, look, I found a sword, and she does that like every 5 seconds, and it's like, okay. But it was fun, and I liked how it ended. I liked them having that big wrestling, like, basically they just have a WrestleMania or a, like, New Japan show, and it was cute. It was a cute show. I would recommend it, as long as you're okay with it being kind of horny, because it's definitely kind of horny, but it's horny in a funny way. It's just a goofy little show, and I would recommend it.
All right. Then would you,
As for answers, again, we only have one, and it is also from Beryl. And Beryl said the same thing as me, Kimono Michi.
All right. Hey, good job, all you out there not watching isekai. That's what I want to say. Yeah. All right. So the next one is isekai that made us want to ise die, and I'll start this one off by saying, for me, it was Overcautious Hero. I hadn't talked about the ending to that anime on this show, but I hated it. It got even worse. They ended that anime, which had the one joke, by the way, again, the entire time, which was that he's overcautious. And they decided, oh, you know what? We're going to, like, say that it's good for him to be overcautious every time. Basically enabling his neuroticism, what? Right? Like, saying, like, oh, every time he's overcautious, it turns out that he was a genius and right. Every single time.
That sucks.
Yeah, and he just treats everyone like shit. And then at the ending, it's like, here's his tragic backstory. He's from another... He was isekai'd once before, and the goddess is his... the goddess who's the, like, you know, the blonde one, the main character with him or whatever, she's actually the brought back to life his dead pregnant wife who died when she was pregnant or whatever. And now that's why he's overcautious, because he let her die. And it's like, I was like, oh, it was really bad. And then it just ended.
That
Does it have
sucks.
another season?
No, it's just over.
Wow.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, he killed the Demon
Alright.
King by killing himself once and then killing himself a second time. And then he just came back to life at the end because God was like, okay. This is...
Yeah, fair.
Ugh. Yeah, like, I know, like, you know, there's Shield Hero and stuff like that, but like I've said before with Shield Hero, my personal opinion is just that it's very mediocre, whereas this made me actively mad every day.
Especially since the premise of this one sounded like it was supposed to be really, like, a comedy, like, really...
Yeah,
just
and the
like,
jokes weren't
But then-
even funny when they were trying to do them. It was like... Because, like, you can't just, like, have him be, like, over-prepared and then be like, oh, but he was right. Like, every single time, it's like, oh, so, like,
Yeah.
it's good to treat everyone badly.
Yeah, like it's, and then you just suddenly come up with this bizarre, serious backstory.
Yeah.
It's just like the whiplash in that is not good. It's yeah.
All right, John, what did you pick?
I picked the mom and her 2-hit target attacks show.
The most stuffed anime of all time.
Yeah, I was kind of like I don't know. I kind of felt like I just wanted to bring that up more than anything because like I didn't watch it. I didn't really watch any like bad isekai shows. So I just wanted to bring up like yeah, it was one of the most dropped shows ever. I think on any list or my anime list, whichever one. And like I was just sitting there and just thinking, like I think when that came out, I think I don't know if I was talking to you all or someone else, but I was just like, man, like that show must have sucked so much because I didn't see any fan art of the mom. Like I saw like a very very small amount, and I'm just like, she has a cute design. Like I did not see anybody being like, oh, the show sucks, but she's cute. Like there was none of that, and that just like tells me about how much that show sucked. That nobody was horny for the mom enough to draw fan art of her. Like.
I mean, why would they need to? The show provided enough, I think, content that no one else had to.
I mean, I don't know.
She got slimed immediately.
I guess it's just so stupid that it was a dumb fucking show, and I've had enough. Rose, how about you?
Oh no, I already said it's LV's turn. It's LV time.
Oh, that's right.
LV. You didn't
Yeah,
even
again,
have anything, or are you just gonna say
I
first?
actively avoided, but again, Aeroforta is kind of upsetting in a lot of ways because it's just something that this is interesting because it's one of those crazy like production. It's one of those things that has a crazy production background as to why it's the way it is, and like this was something that definitely was supposed to. I forgot the specific names of the creatives or studios that involved, but like. This was a series that was meant to come out like much earlier than it did, just only recently. I think it was supposed to come out in like 2015, and if you're able to still find, I mean, you can still do that. If you find key art for it, for like at that point in time, it definitely looks like a show that came out like or was supposed to come out in 2015. And the reason why it's the way it is because of all this time gap of production, people like all these key staff members changing and like who's going to actually direct it, and that's why it's the way it is. It's basically a show that was rushed and probably unfinished. Like it has terrible animation and like they just decided to put it out, all this bad CGI. It's a disgrace that it has such a good opening.
It has a really good opening
song, and then not only is the show bad, but even the opening sequence is bad. Like the opening sequence looks like a Windows Movie Maker kind of slideshow thing. Like there's all these laser, like it's terrible. And again, like I didn't finish it all the way through. I only watched several episodes, and I was like, nope, I've had enough. I cannot deal with this. I'm putting it in like my own like, oh, this is bad in terms of like, oh, that's sad. Like apparently the series has like a lot of fans, even though I read some of the text of like the original light novels, and it's kind of like questionable in terms of quality. At some point, like a dragon gets like.
Oh no, I'll talk about that later.
Yeah, okay, how to describe this in the least crude way as possible?
Don't worry, I'll take care of it. I got it on the list.
Just beat out my homework. Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. So we
a
got
sword
some
has
other
to go somewhere it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
That's the right solution.
We got a couple of answers here. So yeah, from Beryl. Beryl also says the overcautious hero. Specifically, she says, I didn't watch it, but hearing Chooch talk about it made it sound like suffering.
Yeah, it was suffering. That's exactly what I'd say.
How influential we are.
Yeah. And then Trixie wrote in and said, Shield Hero. Where to start? It's sexist, poorly written, fond of slaves as plot devices, minus Raftalia, and is poorly shot and poorly framed battles, alongside mostly serviceable animation and okay music. It's misguided at best and horrendous at worst.
Yeah.
Alright. How about we do best OP and ED?
All right. All right. So, LV, you go first this time.
Yeah.
What do you say?
So the OP for Dororo, I keep
Oh,
mixing up.
yeah.
It's 2 rows or 3 rows.
It's 2
Anyway,
rows. It's only 2.
Dororo. The OP for that fire is very good. It's like one of those songs that gets you really juicing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, highly recommend listening to it if you haven't yet. Also, the band for it is really spectacular. They have like 2 names, but one of their names is Queen Bee. I think that's how they like market themselves to an overseas audience. But it's very good. Also, the sequence itself is really good because this is a series that adapted an old Osamu Tezuka work, which was left unfinished actually, or like it had kind of like a rushed, weird ending that was not planned when it was still like circulating. And the opening is cool too because it not only like kind of does the thing where it kind of foreshadows what happens, but it has like these little blips and moments actually paying tribute to like Osamu Tezuka's like art style as well, in like a very neat way. But overall, it's just a good song. It's a very strong song, and highly recommend that group in general too. Gets you pumped up for like this samurai show.
Party's over.
Yeah.
Party's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Should I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My choice is Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. 99.9. You know that shit. That's the bomb.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That is the bomb. I love that song. And I'll just get out and say it that was also the choices of both Barrel and Wheels. They both said Mob Psycho 100.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Nice.
so everyone loves that song, as they should. I think it might
It
be
is a good
better
song.
than the original.
I think they're both
Season
very,
1.
very, very good. That's what I think.
They are both really good, but we have to rank them.
Oh, wow. I would say the first one personally because I think because it's just like if everyone was not, it's really good.
You can.
And when it's just
Yeah.
like bump, 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 yeah, it's good.
How about you, Rose?
I said Shadowgraph, which is the Boogie Pop and Others opening. That's still not on Spotify, and I'm very mad about that. But it's very, very good. The opening visuals are great. And it really got me pumped up to watch that show, and I enjoyed that show a lot, so I'm glad. 'Cause, like, I watched the first one, I was like, holy shit, this rules. It's a Myth and Royd song, and I always like those.
That's all you need.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Okay. Do ED now?
Yeah, sure. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
Yeah, I was going to say
forgot.
the
Trixie.
yes, Trixie.
We almost skipped Trixie. Trixie's is Carol and Tuesday's first OP, Kiss Me.
All right. It's pretty good.
Yeah. That's a good one. Okay, now we can do
All
best
right,
ED.
best ending song. John, what do you think? What do you...
I chose Sarazanmai's ending theme.
Oh, sure.
I don't remember what it was called off the top of my head.
It's by the Peggies.
It's just Stand By Me. Yeah, it's just Stand By Me. Which is, yes, very good. And Wheels also agreed with that one. Stand By Me from Sarazanmai. Very good song. I wasn't, like, obsessed with Sarazanmai. I thought Sarazanmai was good, but not, like, amazing. But, like, every time that show ended and you just heard that Stand By Me, dun, 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 like, it was just, like, so, like, powerful. I was just like, I felt, like, all the, like that past, like, 20 so odd minutes just, like, fall onto me, and it was just like, okay, I'm processing this now. It was a really good song for that.
Good. LV, what did you think?
My favorite ED?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so my favorite ED is Lily from the 3rd Bungo Stray Dogs season, which is by the band Luck Life. They did all their EDs, and I thought that one was just very nice, especially like how it ended, and where I think a lot of characters in that series were just kind of coming through in terms of like actually shining and reaching their point where like, oh yeah, well, I don't know what's the word to describe it, but kind of like the ideal point in a character arc where like, oh shoot, they're like maturing, they're getting better, like I'm cheering for them, you know. It's like, it's a very refreshing like kind of pop rock song, and I just thought it was very pleasant. The sequence for it is literally just the different characters crying, and I kind of find it funny in a sick way.
Wow.
I don't know, it's just like No, not in like a sick way, but more like, oh, that's kind of weird that this is the ending every episode. But I don't know. It's funny in that it's like this is a weird choice, but also it's like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. It matches with the song, but they're just crying. I don't know why. That's the shot. It's also like reused footage from their episodes, but it kind of works. But it's otherwise a good song. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to find a sequence, I assure you, but because I think Funimation has grabbed this show, so it's a little hard to find it, but it's a good song.
Okay. Hell yeah. For me, I picked Game Over, which is the No Guns Life ending. Very good, and also watching that ending really, woke me up to the realization that people were using Unreal Engine in anime now. And
oh no!
In animation at large across the world, wow. Even in CGI stuff in live action movies in America, it's become a big thing.
Yeah.
Really opened my. There's something that it just like I was like taken aback listening to that ending the first time. Like, oh, this song's really good. They say "shoot your gun" in this song in English. Like that's really good. And like. Just seeing that giant Unreal Engine logo take up like half the screen was like, what? Because it's a 2D anime. I was very confused. But, it revealed itself later why. But, yeah, it's a very good song. It's very, like, I recommend listening to it. Very swanky, yeah. All right. So what do we got written?
Let's go over the choices here. Beryl says... The ending song from Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn.
Aimer, I want to say this. Aimer, okay. Pardon me.
It's okay.
Wheel said, Stand By Me as well. And then Trixie said it's a tie between Boogie Pop and Others' Whiteout and Hitori Bochi's Ne Isho ni Kairo.
The Bochi one was really good, but like thinking about like if we could say the one where it's like ha ha wah ha ha, that one when they ended with that was really good.
That I think that one would be like if we had to do a site wide. That.
All right, so what's up next, John?
Okay, how about we do the Annie Yikes Award? I don't think anyone sent in anything for that one. But things that happened in the industry that were bad that we want to call out.
All right, Elvie, do you want to go first?
God, okay, just Vic Mignola. No, I can't pronounce his name. I've heard people pronounce his name different ways. I don't think he himself has ever pronounced his name, so I'm going to assume it's Vic Mignola. So my joke has been always mispronouncing his name.
Whenever I say it, I always just kind of like chew on my tongue. I'm always like Mignola. Like
Vic Mayonnaise, Vic My Sharona. I usually just kind of intentionally mess up his name sometimes because it's like. But anyway,
so the anime sex pest. There you go.
Yes. Okay. So if anyone somehow doesn't know, and it's fair. Like you probably don't know, but this man is known for like kind of like. Not pivotal, but kind of like iconic, like dub roles, etc. So the most important being, and the one that he loves to flaunt off, being Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, and then more recently, only because of the resurgence of Broly as a character in the Dragon Ball franchise, but he has been Broly in the Dragon Ball franchise, but no more. But that's a different story.
Yeah, because he played Broly in like the old movies. And
then he came back for the new one.
Yeah, he was Broly in the new dub, but now, ever since this stuff happened, he was replaced by, Johnny Young Bosch, right?
Yeah. Which is interesting. I never heard John Young Bosch do, like, loud roles, so I'm curious as to how that went.
He did a good job. I watched the clips, because he's, because he plays Broly in the Fighters game, because they added Super Broly to that, so... He sounds fine. He's honestly, I think
anyone better than him.
Yeah, he's like even if Vic wasn't who he was, like I think Johnny Young Bosch does a better job as Broly. So it works out.
Yeah, but to quickly summarize what this all is, without having to go into nitty gritty things, basically, Vic has like allegation, and I haven't really gotten the cons that long. I think I was starting in high school, maybe like. Early, 2010s era, But anyway, Vic has all these allegations against him about basically being a creep or just kind of an asshole, like in conventions, or like kind of being belligerent towards staff or being weird, essentially, and kind of creepy about like, you know, how he approaches fans, etc. There's accounts of like, you know, things where like he kisses like younger female fans, etc. And like, you know, it's like, oh, even, you know, that's just kind of like questionable in terms of like. But anyway, all these other stuff in regards to him like having all these sexual harassment allegations came up with his colleagues, like other Funimation voice actors, etc. And there's just this like long thing, and like, oh yeah, he was also contracted with Rooster Teeth, so he lost. So like the big thing that kind of set this off in terms of recent stuff developing is when Rooster Teeth announced they were no longer going to work with this man. And that's where kind of the onslaught of all these things now resurfacing about these old allegations of him and his behavior at cons and in general. And then Funimation made a statement like that they're no longer work with him. And then this is where like the online stuff starts happening, where it's just become this chaotic like hell of like his super fans and then people just arguing over, you know, it's just ridiculous. Like I'm so baffled because he's not even that well known technically in the voice acting industry. It's just like, where do these people come from? Like, what in the world? He did like basically two things. Yeah, like it's so weird.
Here's the secret. They're not actually his fans. They're just sexists.
They're definitely like, yeah, like basically all the sorts of creeps and trolls coming from the weird windworks of the internet who probably didn't even care about anime before are just coming like, oh, here's an opportunity to just shit on people. Like, you know, it's just gross. Anyway, there's a whole thing too where, you know, and on record, he has clearly said things about, like, being apologetic, about, like, oh, I need to do better on his account, and all of a sudden, he meets, like, the wrong sort of people, and he has this kind of, like, joke of a legal team. Like, I don't know who these people are, too. Like, again, like, he just starts associating himself with these, like, whack jobs that themselves are kind of, like, from the cesspool of the same corner of the internet, and...
Yeah, he brought on a bunch of, like, lawyers that, like...
Like, one of them is racist, and it's just...
they like, use, like, fucking, whatchamacallit. Yeah, they're just pieces of shit. But the good news, at least, to kind of quell the anti-yikes here, is that, like, Vic tried to, like...
Sue his former...
Yeah, he tried to sue Funimation, he tried to sue, like, it was, like,
defamation.
Bulma's voice actress and, like, some of the other voice actors at Funimation... And he lost spectacularly, and he had to, like, pay all their fees and, like, pay them a bunch of money, and so, yeah, he lost big time. He is probably never going to work in the industry again, and he's just going to be, like, in the corner of some anime conventions trying to win back his former glory, and he's never going to do it again, so... You know, like, obviously it'd be better if he was never anywhere near anyone, but you know what? He's gonna silently suffer probably for the rest of his life. And
depending
that's what
on, like, autograph money, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's gonna be his life from now on, and that's what he deserves.
And it's like, a lot of the dubbing industry really is concentrated in a central part of Texas, and that's where a lot of these folks are, so it really does look bad that this happened. It'd be shocking and really baffling if someone... out there like hires him in that area, especially like central. It just looks really bad.
Yeah, I doubt it.
So there's at least that positives coming out, as in like hopefully to God he doesn't do anything else after after us, right? Like it's just like you just gotta swallow the pill and take it.
All right. Liz, do you want to go ahead or?
Sure. I was going to pick one that's semi-recent, which is the thing that happened with Frag Time. You know about that? Frag Time OVA?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that.
The Tier Studio just, like, disappeared. It was later revealed they filed for bankruptcy and such, but, like, they didn't pay any of the animators who worked on that OVA, or I think a little bit of their work before that, and then, like, the thing that really struck me about this is, like, that's not shocking. This sort of thing happens all the time, you know. The anime industry is hell. All industry is hell. But the thing that killed me was looking up, like, what else has the studio made? And it was that fucking Why the Hell Are You Here teacher anime from last year is, like, their only anime other than working on Lords of Vermilion. It was just like, wow, you're telling me that studio wasn't successful? Like, oh, man.
God.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. What do you think, John?
So, real quick, I'll just I didn't put this one down, but I don't know if saying that it's an Annie yikes is appropriate, but I guess just like a quick acknowledgement of the Kyoani fire last year. Just a quick like memorial to that. You know, it seems like Kyoani is getting back on its feet. I saw that they put out like a New Year's message saying like, you know, basically like we'll be back as soon as possible. Thank you for all your support. That was a tremendously tragic thing that happened last year, but it was also kind of inspiring to see the community come together and, you know, pour as much money in and try to help them as much as possible. That was, you know, it's a hope springs from tragedy moment, I suppose. And I just hope that more stuff like that continues to happen in the future, in the sense that like we help each other more, and that, you know, more collaboration instead of more arguing and hurting each other, because that's what we really need. But I guess my like more yikes scenario, where it's just like, oh boy, is the article that Hideki Anno put out recently about talking about how like Gainax just fucked themselves over after Evangelion. Just basically saying that like he wanted some of the rights to stuff, but they like wouldn't let him. They like drove him out, and they just like ran themselves down the shitter by just like not caring about what they were doing. And it just it makes so much sense, because it's just like, oh, after Gurren Lagann, like nothing happened from Gainax, and it's basically just like a shell company just barely grasping onto the, you know, the few things that they have left to their name. Like they still have like the Gunbuster and Diebuster and like Gurren Lagann and like the original Ava and all that. And so it's just real sad to see that, and like it kind of just shows that like, hey, that's probably why we still don't have like any, you know, any good release of Gunbuster, because Gainax is just being dumb with their licenses. And yeah, it's just very frustrating and very sad. And like Anno's basically just like, yeah, all these people were my friends, and they like drove me away, and now I just see them like in a sinking ship basically, and it's just really depressing, because, you know, like he's fine, but, you know, it must really suck when you're just like, you know, reaching out to help your friends and they're just slapping your hand away.
Yeah. Makes you wonder how the Evangelion stuff even happened. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Gainax, does Gainax have the rights? No, they it's all him, right?
It's extremely complicated.
Yeah, I was gonna say how that even happened earlier last year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very complicated, but I mean, you know, like, I mean, he was more like, I think he talked more about like the other shows than Evangelion, because like he still has like he still has a good amount of control over Ava, like, and I mean, I bet that's why he ended up making the movies, was so that he could have more control over those, and he could just be like, yeah, this is the work that I have all kinds of control over. Gainax or whatever's left of it can't tell me what to do with it. You know, this is mine all the way. But yeah, he was more talking about like, you know, like the Buster series and Gurren Lagann and like the other stuff that they worked on. That was more what he was talking about, I feel.
Hellish.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so did anyone write in about that? I wouldn't be surprised if...
Let me double check.
Not.
I don't think so. No, yeah, nobody did.
Yeah, that's fine. Understandable. Okay, so next, do you want to do... What do you want to do? The worst moment? You want to keep this nightmare? The Holy Hell Award?
I mean, the Holy Hell Award, because I named it that because it is the award where it made you go, oh, holy hell.
All right.
So... yeah.
I'm going to start with this one and say what Elvie was saying earlier, which is the 5-minute long scene in Arifureta where you have to watch the main character shove a sword into a dragon's fully rendered asshole. Maybe one of the worst things I've ever seen ever.
And they fully rendered an asshole and not anything else.
No, nothing else.
Like,
Just like, oh, that's where the budget went.
like you talked about this previously, but I kind of forgot. Like, how rendered is
All the
this,
way.
Do you mean like?
You see it. It's running at a frame rate, like a pretty good one.
They show a dragon's asshole.
Yes, they do.
uncensored?
Yes.
What?
And it's revealed the dragon was a woman too, like a normal person who can turn into a dragon.
Because it had boobs.
Yeah.
It also had
That's
boobs.
right. I yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we named an episode "Dragon Boob."
Yeah, that was a different dragon's boobs.
That was a different dragon.
Yeah, that was the mom anime dragon's boobs.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was a different one.
But yeah,
What a
this was
great
like the
premise.
worst thing I'd ever seen because it's just like him like going like, take this or whatever, like over and over again, and her being like, I'm nutting.
Yeah, it's sexualized.
And then that character becomes like Darkness from Konosuba basically afterwards. So it's like real grim stuff. And I have to say, like, the worst part about this is, again, because like Arifureta was very much a show where I was watching it and then like I would like let my guard down because it'd be like, oh, this is pretty cool. All right, yeah, like it's pretty cool. Like he's doing like gunshots and stuff and flips and it's playing like a saxophone. I'm like, all right. And then like something like this would happen every episode, every single time. Like they got my guard down again
off guard.
the next episode because they brought Seaman and Seaman was just there from the Dreamcast game. Like he was just there and he was talking and saying Seaman things and I thought that was fucking funny. And then like then it immediately got to bad shit again and I was like, God, he got me. Tricked me again. But that was like
What would you want?
that was like the worst thing I've ever seen. Ever, probably. Like just ever.
That's rancid. Real quick before we move on, I need to issue an apology. Boss Stones also sent in answers for best OP and best ED.
Oh yes.
I missed that. So we got a vote for best OP, which is Demon Slayer's Garenge.
Oh yeah.
And then best ED was Stars Alliance Kago no Naka no Bokura.
Oh.
So there you go. Yeah. Got some quick
variety.
votes in there. Yeah.
The people's vote with that Demon Slayer one. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. LV, what about you? What's your holy hell choice? 'Cause
I talked about this on before also. This is one of those things where it's like, well, time to revisit this. In Fire Force, there's a particular, they're not great with the female characters. They're not great at, like, there's one girl in particular who's, unfortunately, her quirk is being a fan service character, and it's not funny. It's not even, like, well-timed. It's like, why did they keep doing this? It's very forced. And essentially, and this was a very good episode, though, I must add, but it gets, of course, disrupted, unfortunately, because of just how she is, and, like, how they're forcing her into this sort of thing. And, anyway, so there's a very serious sequence where, unfortunately, like, a person she looked up to, like, a good character, quote-unquote, turns out to be bad, and they're, like, twisted and messed up. And they just start beating her up, and it's really awful. But the thing is, that's not the worst moment. I thought that sequence was fine. It, like, had a reason why that was good, and it's very long, and it's like, ooh, this is awful, wow. It's messed up, and it's really heartbreaking seeing her, like, oh, she's just really dispirited that someone she really admired and possibly had a crush on is just now this awful person willing to beat her up for, like, a questionable cause, right? Mm-hmm. And essentially the main character comes in and saves her, and like, again, that's totally fine. It was kind of really cool and badass. He like fell from the ceiling and he just drop kicks the guy's face. That's really cool. But right after it cuts to like the shot where she's like kind of, because she got beat up and like, again, they have all these fire powers. It cuts to this shot where like she's clearly like covering herself in a, it's like framed in a very fan servicey way. It's like, oh no, my clothes are burned off, etc. And at some point, like I think it's her, I don't know which part of her body. Anyway, she falls on the main character, and it's, again, treated to this fan service thing where, like, literally right after that whole very serious sequence where she gets pretty much beat up to a pulp happens. It's so, like, deeply just offensive and, like, badly, it's just fucked up. It's like, why? This is, like, she was, like, a young, girl, like, like, she just gets subjected to a sexual thing right after, like, a serious situation of her being assaulted, basically. It's like, why? It's just, like, it was just disgraceful, Mm-hmm. It's like, And her character continues to, unfortunately, just get that shovel, like, the rest of the series, that, for the rest of season 1. It's just like, So.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, well, I think it's time. I'll just say that the fan choice here was the same as mine. The my holy hell award winner is the medicine money shot from Dr. Stone.
After seeing that tweet that Niall found also from the official account, like that's
Yeah, the fact that the official Dr. Stone Twitter account was like, "Oh, hey, y'all remember this?" Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god, I cannot believe that. Like, I audibly yelped when that happened. Like, I was just sitting there, I was watching, and I just like I was not fucking ready for that. It's the worst thing in the world. This fucking dying girl. Like, again, if we're gonna, this is like the trend here of like sexualizing shit that should absolutely not be sexualized. This fucking dying girl who had 10-year-long pneummonia somehow.
Thanks to hot water.
Yeah, thanks. The hot water kept her alive. Staying warm kept her alive somehow. Senku makes a fucking cure for it. And then they give it to her, not like, you know, they don't mix it up in anything. He walks over to her with the medicine like crushed up on the leaf, and she like gets down on her knees, pushes her boobs together like she's taking a fucking cum shot, and he puts the fucking thing down her throat. Like, it's seriously like pornography. Like, it's fucking insane.
she looks like an alien
About it. She's still, yeah, it looks like he's nutting on an alien. Like, it's the fucking craziest thing in the world, and and nobody was like, "Oh my god!" Like, everyone was just like, "Oh, Dr. Stone was good this week." I'm like, what?
he got taken for a field trip.
I have no idea how everyone wasn't like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" Like, no, like what?
You know, some of us are just like jaded to the world and reality, and it's kind of, you know, it's kind of a little scary, and that's what we can learn from it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I should be glad that I'm not that fucked up. I guess I have a little bit of normalcy in my soul. But yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
And that was also Beryl's answer, so thank you, Beryl. All right. How about we do? We have 3 left. Well, we can do worst anime, best anime, and then favorite monthly Choochagatari anime.
All right, that sounds good to me.
So worst anime.
Yeah, LV, what did you pick?
I picked Try Nights, which is a rugby anime.
Oh, that one.
And like, I don't know what to say. It really was just like atrocious. It was just an unfinished. No, it's not even unfinished. It was just like poorly made. And again, I need to just go back as to why I think it's bad, because like specifically because this is like an adaptation of like, you know, I guess a sports manga by like a lesser known person, or like, you know, I have no, like, I don't know. And like, if I were to see my work like this adapted in such a way, I'd just be so insulted, and like I quit it forever. I don't know, well, probably not extreme, but it's still just like, that's so upsetting. And yeah, it's just literally a rugby anime. I don't know what else to say about it because I have no idea what the story is. That's like, I watched several episodes and I just dropped it because it was just that abysmal and cheaply made. All the guys, and again, it's kind of presenting itself in terms of like, oh, like these handsome guys playing sports. But even the sports segments are not well animated. There's like a lot of cheap cuts. Like there's a lot of strange scenes where the camera pulls away and there's like literally nothing there. Like there's just a lot. It's just a badly produced thing. Like it's just you know, a lot of poor drawing. All the character design's terrible. Like all the guys look the same. The only way you can tell the difference is between their hair colors. And yeah, I just literally do not like absorb what the plot even is. Like by the 3rd episode, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have like a rivalry with this other high school. But other than that, there's like nothing really going on for it. It does not have the adrenaline rush you would want when watching a sports series, when even the segments where they're playing the game is like badly done. A lot of animation really was like they're doing like this, they're just either panning the camera or they're just doing like a lot of these action lines behind the main characters when there's like only 2 drawings moving. Yeah, and I'm baffled that they didn't even, like, well actually no, there was CGI in like a couple scenes and they were used in shots that were still. So the like one shot in particular was just really bad where they're sitting at a table, and from just the way it looks, the chairs look like they were huge compared to the characters sitting in them. So, but the chairs were also CGI. I don't know. It was just a badly produced show, and that's why it was really bad. Not because of like the content it offers. Like again, there's nothing offensive about the premise and nothing that spectacular about the premise, but it was just a bad show that like wow, they same with Our Florida, like wow, they really like just went through putting this on air, like despite the quality of it, right? So yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Like even thinking about like the CGI stuff in Ari Fressa as a whole, like that Hydra fight at the beginning is like holy shit. Like, people looked at this and
Which
were
is
like
in the opening too.
Yeah, so it looks better in the opening at least, I guess. But like, John, what did you say?
For the worst anime, so I didn't really have like any real strong feelings because I usually just stop watching shit when it seems to be really bad. But the show that I dropped the quickest this year, which might be a little mean to it, but I just put down the Board Game Girls show. I just thought it was extremely boring.
Yeah.
Just nothing to it. Barely had any actual board game, so it was fucking lying. That was its biggest grievance, was just that it was a lie.
Yeah, like conceptually the appeal is great, right? Like, yeah, I would love to watch an anime about board games, but no.
And it was just like these really contrived, dumb character beats that came out of nowhere and were just really cliche and boring, and I really did not like watching that show, and I dropped it after like 3 or 4 episodes, and I think Dr. Stone is probably a good second place for me. Like, I don't think Dr. Stone is like a complete piece of shit, but like I just think about all the dumb stuff that happens in that show, and I was just like, oh my god, I've had enough of that. But yeah, go ahead, Rose.
For me, I considered this. I considered a lot of options, but I ultimately landed on Val Love, which I watched 2 episodes of and couldn't take it anymore.
Was that the one where you forgot what the premise was?
Yes, until I watched it, and then all of a sudden they took off their clothes in the street. And I was like, no, wait, this one. That was so. I was originally going to put Ao-chan Never Study or Can Never Study or whatever, which was pretty bad, but there was at least something in there that was enjoyable sometime. And man, the 2 episodes I watched of Val Love were the most miserable I've ever seen. They were adapting that manga at a rate of 1 chapter per episode, so that should give you an idea of the pacing that happened in those. And holy hell, it was just an anime about this dude who looked like a background character from Boku no Hero fucking girls. Like, to give them superpowers to kill things, and it was just awful. Just bad. Just atrocious. I never want to watch it ever again or think about it. It was really, really bad.
You don't have to.
Yeah, thankfully.
That's it.
Yeah, it's gone now. My roommate tried watching 1 more episode of it later down the line and then said that even they couldn't do it. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Speaks volumes. All right, we got 2 choices here. Beryl said, worst anime, One Punch Man Season 2. The only anime I dropped this year because I didn't watch too much. So that's kind of fair. Yeah, that was just boring. That was not as exciting as the original series. And then
the production quality of that one is like, something went wrong. Something went wrong.
And then Trixie said, Dr. Stone, while it is better than Shield Hero, its maddening plot points and science goofs, as well as it dragging its heels with story development frequently, made watching 12 episodes a chore, let alone 24.
Yeah. And with more on the horizon.
It's an exhausting series, and that should not be a positive trait.
All right, let's do best anime.
All right. I'm going to say right away, I picked Kaguya-sama, Love is War, because...
So, real quick, Rose,
Yeah?
I'm just gonna say, would you say Kaguya if you also included movies?
Oh, that's tough. If I included movies, I would say Promare, probably, definitely. But
Okay.
I want to say for series, let's stick with series. We could have done that. We should have done a category.
Okay.
We should have thought about that. But everyone would have just
Yeah,
said Promare, so whatever.
This This is
That
this
is
is
true. I would've
this is
said
the
that
first time we're doing like major categories.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
Next
so
time
this
we'll
is in
iron it
flux.
out.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah, I pick Hagia because I never heard of it, literally ever, and then I would just watch it on a whim expecting to not like it from the description, and then it was legitimately very endearing, very funny, consistently, and just a great, like, put together show. If a show makes me think, wow, these straight people are, like, good, then, you know, I think they succeeded somewhere really important. What do you pick, John?
My pick was Mob Psycho 102. I absolutely adored. I mean, I love Mob in general, and so Mob 2 was just more of the same, but even friggin' better. Like some of the most gorgeous art I've seen in an anime, and it just kept ramping up and ramping up and ramping up, and it just continued to be incredible. It was just fantastic all the way through. I loved it to death. I love Mob Psycho. I was just thinking, like today, I was just like thinking about how much I loved Mob Psycho, like just for no reason. It was very good. So yeah, that's my choice. And LV, what about you?
I'm torn between two, and they're like two very different series. So
Sure.
one is Vinland Saga,
Hell yeah.
Okay.
and the other is Given, which again
Sure.
they're two
They're-
completely
yeah.
different series.
I don't know. It's all men, right? In both of them, so you know.
It's all subjective, yeah. Right, right, sure. They're all have guys in it, right? And I think, but I think I would give it to Vinland Saga more, just because of like how, you know, as someone who also read the manga, at least for reference, like I thought it was just a really nice, at least for the first segment. This is like technically the first arc of the series. This is like just a very strong like historical fiction piece. Like, and it just I think it has all the qualities that I think deserve. And I keep ranting about this. If people aren't cowards, this would definitely be like a show that would stream on platforms that uplift their live action stuff a lot. Like, this is one of those really strong shows that adult audiences would appreciate for like just like the sort of like drama and like action. It's super violent, but it's like not in gratuitous way. It's in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like Vikings are just killing people everywhere. Like, what else can you do? And
like people should be talking about this show instead of Game of Thrones, basically.
Yes.
right, like this actually aired. I think this like started syndicating right after that whole drama with it, especially like people's dissatisfaction. Like, I feel like anyone who like is still suffering from like Game of Thrones thought you should just watch this show. Just pick up right where you are, pick up your briefcase, just move along now. Try this show. It's kind of like very slow paced, but I thought like like it's a very compelling thing. And if you're into that, you'd be into that, right? And yeah, how it ends was just really beautiful. Like I like how they actually went their way to kind of change the chronology of stuff too, and what they decide to focus on compared to the manga, where the manga kind of does an in media res thing, where it kind of flashes back and forth in regards to the timeline of the main character.
Yeah.
But the series the animated series just went out its way to be more chronological, so things kind of made more sense, especially if you're watching this on a streaming platform where you're maybe watching things week by week. That makes way more sense, and I think like a lot of things should consider that, especially in terms of messing around the order of their stories if they're adapting it from a different medium. Like, that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to play it around with that. I consider it Given just because it's like a nice contained, at least so far. Again, it's like part of a bigger work that's still ongoing. It's like a nice contained, like, very quiet drama about just like the relationships between these guys and like this band, and how this isn't really a show about the band. It's a show about just their like interpersonal problems, and like and I just thought some of the stuff they depicted was like well done and very respectful, especially in regards to like finally having a series. And there's a lot I can even name, but just like like once in a while, it's nice to have a series with like gay representation where it's just not salacious and meant for like clearly like a female gaze purpose. This is just like a series presented it as like, yeah, there are these guys and they have problems in their relationships, and that's it. There's nothing about this that's meant to be like weird and like over romanticized in a way. Like, it was just a nice quiet drama about like these group of guys, and I think there's like a movie coming out of it at some point too, focusing on like the other characters, etc. But yeah, I just thought it was very solid. But I think now that I'm talking about it, I think Vinland Saga like would be more number one pick because of just how good it is.
That's very
and, like,
good.
Yeah, I think this is where the word epic comes in. Yeah, it's well made, etc. It checks the boxes of everything good. Good production, just solid story. It keeps me compelled to watch it. It's just solid.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here's the answers from the other folks. Beryl said Premiere. So there you go, Rose.
Right.
You got some coverage there. Wheels said Hitori Bochi and Kaguya and Machikado Mazo.
Oh, wow, well, now you're going to have 3, huh? You couldn't narrow it down?
Bring it up to him, and also the Machikado Mazoku is the what was it? The demon next door?
Demon Girl Next Door. It's great. It's a good anime.
Mm-hmm. And Trixie said Hitori Bochi. Kind, funny, well-written, and easy to watch, yet has enough substance to hold up with rewatches. The character is among the most memorable for me this year, with Bochi in particular being a hilarious and sympathetic protagonist. And you know what? Number 1 award that I should have fucking put on here is Best Character. I can't believe I didn't do that.
Oh, no.
Everyone in that series. To be honest.
It would just be everyone in Bochi. Alright then, and last but not least, let's talk about the favorite show that we watched for Choochagatari. Rose, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Okay. So wait, should I say mine?
Whichever.
Okay. I'll just say mine.
Okay.
Which is, I picked Gunbuster just because I've been trying to get us to watch Gunbuster since we started the show. And it's great. It reminded me how fucking good Gunbuster is. Legitimately. What a fantastic show. I wish that we could watch it normally, like normal humans, but any yikes, as they say. So yeah, that's what I say. What do you pick? LV, you're next. LV, what do you pick?
Oh, spotlight on me. So it's funny, this is kind of coming full circle. So I was absent for my technical first appearance on this podcast, and I'm choosing Kyosogiga as my favorite monthly pick, and that's the one I kind of have to submit a paste bin for. But I really, this is one of those things where it's like a hard to describe series, and I love it because it's just so weird. Yet in a weird way, it kind of comes all together as a cohesive thing. And again, I think, if anyone remembers, I did mention I think I watched it in a very unorthodox order because I also had a hard time trying to find watching it, where to watch it properly as a normal human being. But nonetheless, it's one of those things where it's like this chaos that comes together in like a singular thing, and it just somehow all makes sense in it. It's just like a beautiful show, and like all the characters in it, despite it having a huge cast, I was invested in everyone. I didn't feel like I was detached from like a lot of series in general, not even just anime, like have like in movies, that's like the big problem where you have like a huge cast and you're trying so hard to make everyone interesting, and now that's just putting me off from caring about all of them. I didn't feel that way about this series. I really liked everyone in it, and again, it's just like a well-produced show, and I just loved it in general, and like the gamer girl in it was just wonderful.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Okay, so my pick, I kind of went with 2 just because I went with because I wanted to specifically shout out a show I had never seen before. So the show that I had never seen before was Kyosogiga, and yeah, that was just a fantastic show that I just completely fell in love with watching it. Like, just hearing the music or just like even seeing like a gif of the characters just like makes my heart swell. It's like it's such like a good feeling to just think about that show. But the show that I returned to, and I know it's a little cheap, but whatever, it is Neon Genesis Evangelion. Eva was such a big thing for me when I was younger, and watching it again, it was both like enthralling and also just kind of depressing because I was just kind of thinking about both how much I've grown over the years, but also how maybe I haven't grown, and it was just like just thinking about it like right now, I'm just kind of like, oh god, So Evangelion means a lot to me. And rewatching it for the podcast was a really good refresher about why I love that show so much. And, I'm just glad that we were able to share that and talk about it together. That was very important to me.
Good.
So, for the answers here, Wheels also said Kyoso Giga. I know Wheels is a big fan of that show now, so that's good. Beryl said Gotcha Man Crowds.
Oh hell yeah! I'm glad I finally
Oh,
watched that.
wow.
Honestly, that's a good thing that we did.
It's a good show.
Yeah, Gotcha Man Crowds was a really good show.
Very stylish show.
And Trixie said Tamako Market. While I think both Ava and Katanagatari are better now. Trixie's getting a little ahead of herself, but we'll get into that, I guess. Something about the raw fun and warmth of KyoAni's Tamako Market appealed to me more, making more of an impact on me this year. Even not considering its superior sequel movie, Tamako Market is addictive, being the equivalent of anime candy, while still igniting a passion to dig into it more and understand its characters better, something KyoAni knows how to do amazingly well. So that's that. That's our anime awards this year. It was a really, really fun, good year for anime, and
Yeah.
I hope that we can keep having fun with anime.
Hey, things
in
look good
2020.
this year. They got new Kaguya's next season, a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
It should be good.
So I'm going to just put out a request because we talked about a lot of the stuff from that started last year. In that past segment, we should focus on the stuff that we watched that started in this season. I think
Yeah, sure.
because I don't want this to be a 4-hour podcast.
All right. Yes, that's fair. Okay. Well, I real quick, I do just want to go over Iruma. Let's start with that. Can we just start with Iruma since that's
Sure.
Okay. I just want to gets a free pass. Did you watch the new Iruma, John?
I have not.
Oh
yet.
fuck. Okay. I don't know if we should.
Well, I did.
That's like the only thing that I'm like not caught up on.
Yeah, I know you did, LV. I don't know if we should spoil it or not. I don't.
It's my own damn fault. So just go ahead. It's fine.
Okay.
I watched
It
like,
was
everything else.
fucked
Just go
up,
ahead.
right, LV? Like that caught me off guard legitimately what happened at the end of that episode.
Was it like bad?
No, it was like,
that's
oh
wild.
my god.
Like a character has malicious intentions.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I was
Like
"Whoa, we're
legitimate
heading that
malicious
direction
intent. It's not just
on
like
this
like
show?
petty or
We're
anything.
gonna get some serious stuff. Yeah.
It was a character
Okay.
I would not have expected it with too as well. It was very surprising.
Ooh. Okay.
But yeah, that Iruma's great. I fucking love the student council president more and more every time she appears. She's such a dweeb.
It's very good.
Clara's still not annoying. Incredible feat that they've done with that character. She's like they were just like throwing things to distract her like a cat for the entire last episode. It was very good.
And they introduced more adults.
Yeah.
Basically more of the faculty. And it's just funny how like the bonding scene between over having children, etc.
Yeah.
There's just good.
Kiryu being his
They're
grandpa.
wondering like where did he get a child?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh god.
and that's never like answered. It's like great. Everyone here is kind of a doofus.
So like yeah, John, do you watch the last episode, right?
No, I'm
Oh
like 3
fuck.
episodes behind.
Okay, so like Kiryu grandpa demon got arrested by the border patrol.
He goes to jail. It's
Yeah.
There's a really great image of him like behind bars. It's really good.
And yeah, it's yeah, you'll see. It's very interesting. I won't get too far into specifics because I do want you to see it because maybe you'll be surprised as I was. But yeah, Iruma's still good. Great stuff. Okay, John, do you want to talk about something you have watched? What do you think about Magia Record?
Okay. So, yeah, I watched the first episode of that. And it was like, oh, wow, this is just Madoka It's just more Madoka. I don't think it's gonna have as like interesting of stakes because this is based on the mobile game, which I played for like a hot minute. I couldn't really get that into it. I did not like the gameplay at all, and I like had no fucking idea how like leveling up worked in that game. It was a very weird game. But this seems like they're like editing it a bit to make it a bit more like easy to parse. But it's gorgeous. It's got the same style as Madoka, so it's just like, oh hey, here's these like really cool witch designs and like the really cool animation when they're fighting the witches in the labyrinths. And you know, it's just as high quality as Madoka was.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild that like, you know, they're just doing a spin-off that's just like based on a mobile game, and it is the same quality as the original anime. That is really cool. So I liked it. I'm a pretty big Madoka apologist, at least the show. But you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be as into it because I don't think there's gonna be a character as like. I just became very endeared with Hamura. Like Hamura's story was very, very compelling to me, and I doubt that they'll have something as compelling as Hamura in this.
Hey, who knows? There's a lot of characters to choose from that they'll go throughout, and
that is true.
The way that they're retconning a bunch of it, at least also, like how that story works. Like they threw in that extra black hair girl. She doesn't exist. I don't know who she is. And the darker tone is what I really appreciated about it, because it is more like normal Madoka. Because the game is not dark at all, I would say, pretty much. Like, it does get darker later, and then, like, the individual side stories, but, like, that first half of the story is, like, especially the opening, is, like, laughably lighthearted, I would say.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, we're magical girls. We fight baddies. Let's go fight.
Yeah,
it's like,
and it's not even like leading up to some twist like the original Madoka. I wouldn't even say that necessarily was, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not like trying to turn you on its head. It's just being that, and then it just sort of like gradually unfolds a little bit. Like, yeah, like the
in the mobile game, the like. At least from what I saw, like the bad part of it was less the girls like being like trapped in their circumstances and all that. It was more just like other problems. It was more like personal problems instead of like the systemic issues. So yeah.
My favorite thing that they changed in the anime was making it so that Iroha, the main character's parents, aren't insane and are just going overseas for work like a normal anime character's parents, instead of like in the game, like they're like, oh, we're gonna move to the new town, and she's like, cool, I'm gonna go visit the new town ahead of time, and she goes there and meets this girl, and like day 2 of knowing this girl, the girl's like, take me to your parents, I'm gonna have you move in with me. And, like, the parents are just like, sounds great. Like, no, what? So, like, yeah, now it's more normal. It's much more normal.
This is like a boarding school thing.
Yeah.
Too. She's, like, going to go to a boarding school. Yeah. That makes more sense.
It makes more sense than, like, because, like, Madoka's mom in the original, you know, she was pretty cool. She was a cool mom. So it was like...
Madoka's mom whips ass.
On the flip side, it was like, what the hell? So, yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it, maybe.
I did. No, I did.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it? Do you have any specific feelings about it?
I liked it. I'm very more... I was... So, beforehand, before I knew it was Shaft earlier, I was just like, oh, this is going to be whatever. I mean, even though that after I knew it was Shaft, I was like, eh. But no, it's, like, fantastic. Like, hearing all the music and stuff's great. When they go through all the wishes at the end or whatever, I was like, oh, I know all of these because I play the game. I know who that character is.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's actually cool. Okay.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, all right.
And I'm looking forward to seeing the later stuff adapted to specifically, because I think, like, it had every mobile game story, I feel like, has, like, a horrible start, and then they get, like, a footing, and then, like, start doing things. I think the Madoka game story definitely gets better.
I mean, mobile game stories are also slowed down because they have to put fights in every, like, 30 lines or whatever. Like, you know, like, I'm playing through Fate Go Camelot, and, like, every once in a while I'll play a little Grand Blue, and it's just, like... You know, like, I just think about, oh my god, I wish I was just watching the anime versions of this, because, like, every couple, it's just like, oh, shit. Like, Grand Blue is the worst at that, because they'll just be like, they'll be like, okay, so you're gonna tell us this like important bit of information, and he's like, all right,
Oh no,
tell
a
you this
bat.
important information. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that happens so much.
Yeah, no, like I made the joke about like how I did one of the like character stories, and it was just like we're gonna go to the store and buy new outfits, and it's like, oh, we're buying a new. Oh God, what's that? And I was like, what? What? It's so weird.
Wow, we got some really nice outfits, but we're gonna have to fight in them
Yeah.
now.
It's just so strange that way that's struck. I think like the Madoka game's gotten better about like. Because, like, I mean, Granblue got better about that eventually with some stuff, and Fate did too, but it's like, yeah. I'm liking the way that they're translating it much better. I was a little worried, but it's much more positive.
Absolutely.
All right, LV. So, you watched the Asteroid in Love? That's what it's called? I just keep calling it the gay asteroid anime.
It might as well be called the gay asteroid. Yeah, it was like one of the first things I think released.
Yeah,
at least
it was like the first thing.
And boy, what a series! Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's cute. It's just cute so far. I don't know what else to say about it. So, it's again pandering to, as I wrote, girls find a very niche hobby and make a club around it, and I think they're all in love with each other. Genre, and it's this girl has a memory of like meeting up with a young boy, like I guess she's just camping, and they just bond over like astronomy and stuff, and it's just cute. It's like, oh, okay, and it's a very very specific nerdy niche interest, and they're really going in. I can't describe it. I don't know, like the stars line there. And so she's now entering high school, one of the girl, and she's just so dismayed that she can't find she's trying to join the astronomy club, and she's just dismayed in like terms of finding like, oh, it's no longer available, or like it's not accessible to her. They eventually like figure out a way to like make the clubs thrive by like merging it with the geology club. So you got like people who are really into like astronomy, and then you got people who are really into rocks. So
it's so weird.
So then they just merge.
I'm wondering if
they
there's
merge the two groups so the clubs will survive. So there's enough members. So they resolve that.
I'm really wondering if there's some sort of wordplay I'm missing or something that's from like from Japanese culture. Well, not just that, because like in Final Fantasy XIV, when they did the like Asian themed expansion, you go over to like the Final Fantasy XIV Japan, and the astrologian class, which is all like astrology stuff, they said that it's the exact same thing as geomancers who do like rock stuff. And I'm just wondering, like, that's such a specific dichotomy to like be replicated here that I'm wondering if there's just something I'm missing, like some sort of wordplay or something.
Yeah. So she like she just kind of like carries along and meets these other girls, and they all have like their own personalities, etc. And she meets one of them, and then at some point she makes a connection. Oh, that little boy I met like a long time ago, it's this girl. She's just somehow like, which I don't know how that happens. Like I don't know how that happens. But anyway, and she's just nervous about confronting this person, and she's just nervous about confronting this person, like, oh, I want to be like their friend, etc. But then the best friend's like weird about like, and kind of scary. I don't know, like kind of scary and like weird and encouraging. It's like, oh, even though they're a girl now, even though they're a girl, like, you can still love them or be their friend. Like, but otherwise a very wholesome series, etc. And yeah, they become friends, and it's cute. I don't know if the show might be baity. It's like, so far there's nothing that might suggest that. I think so far it's like I'm fine with this just being like a cute friendship show, but there's like a commercial ident where they're just holding each other very intimately at some point. And it's like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen on this show, but so far it just has a cute premise. It's like, okay, I'll tag along here. This lighthearted club about a very specific thing, space and rocks. So that's
it's
nice.
Just so weird to me. I don't
know what the stakes are. Really,
the stakes are the rock girls are gonna get fucked over. That's what I'm gonna tell you right now already.
Right,
they're like everyone. They're overpowered by the space girls.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Okay, you know what? Y'all can talk about this because I didn't watch it. What's going on with the Aizoken? Is that it? Is it, yeah.
Yeah. Hands off Aizo.
All right, how's
Keep your
that?
hands off Aizoken.
Keep your
yeah.
hands in. Keep your hands
How
off.
are you finding it?
Well, only one episode is out, but I think it will probably be my anime of the year 2020.
Wow.
Started off with that bold statement.
It is so fucking good though. I've been just sitting here like thinking about it constantly. Like if it stays as good as that first episode, if every episode is as good as that, no question. Like no question at all. It is just this amazingly animated show about just being in love with animation. To explain to you, Rose, it's about these three girls. I don't remember their names, unfortunately, but there's like a short and stocky one, there's a very tall one, and then there's just like a medium one. I guess I should just say that they're just basically like the three sizes. Yeah, the three sizes you can be. And the shorter girl is like a super big animation nerd. Like she just loves anime. She grew up wanting to be an animator. And she does a lot of like background art, like she does, and like concept art. She really likes like coming up with concepts. And the tall girl is just like she's like her like kind of like whatever, like she's a friend, but she's also just kind of like. Yeah, you're really into anime, alright, yeah, why don't you do something better? Like, come on, you know, that kind of thing, where she's just like, alright, fine, but then she kind of realizes that her friend is, like, really good, and she's just like, how about you let me help you, because then you can make money, and I can make money off of that. And then the last girl is, like, I guess, like, a famous fashion model, and her family is, like, super rich, and her family just wants her to, like, just be an actor or just like be like famous pretty much, but she wants to do character animation. She wants to create characters. So it's just about them like basically forming a new club, which is like just like they don't want it to be the anime club. They want it to be like a world building club, and then they just have this whole section of it's just like the two girls like mashing their ideas together and coming up with this like dragonfly flying machine, and then there's just this gorgeously animated scene of them flying the dragonfly plane, and it was just it was so good. It was so good. Like Yuasa can do no wrong. You really can't. Oh, it was so good.
It's a series that definitely shows that the people behind this and the people writing it and conceiving it. I think it's actually based off a manga. Yes, it's based off a manga first. So it's interesting. It's interesting how like that translates right across mediums. And what's clear is that there's passion put this, and the people who are making this know what they're doing. So like a lot of the imagination sequences where they're making, like for instance, the flying machine John described, where it's like it basically that's one of the imagination sequences, or is it? Who knows? But and it. The art style changes to look more like a rough layout drawing of like animation that's not fully done. So like the way the flying machine looks, like it's like, and like a lot of the backgrounds etc. They look like intentionally rough pencil drawings, and like it's just like colored penciled in, but not in a scratchy way, but like in a way that's clear, is like, oh yeah, this is like a professional did this for the sake of layout reasons, and before we're gonna do the final digital color, etc. And like the sound effects in those scenes are really funny too, because it's literally just people making those sound effects and not like actual professional sound design. So it's like presenting these ideas as if someone is trying to pitch it to like a board meeting or in front of a group, as you would do. So like usually someone who presents storyboards has to make the sound effects to enhance how they're presenting these things. So they would just make sound effects out of their own voice. So it's really funny how well thought out those sequences are in terms of like the animator perspective. Earlier in the episode, she has like, it's like raining or something, and she's like, her family is moving into this new town, which is the town she's currently in. So it's like a little blip into her childhood and like where her inspiration from anime comes from. And she's just imagining this sequence where she's meeting all the people and going through this town. And it does the same thing with her imagination there, but it's more depicted as a child's drawing, so like more crude in how it is, but it has that same effect where and the people behind us know what the process is like, and we're going to just show this off and show like what really goes into the work of making these things. So I really love the whole meta perspective that they're going here. Like, yeah, this is another anime about anime, but we're going to really show you like what this is like. And I saw a great thought about this where, Shirobako, series like Shirobako like shows like kind of the struggles in the industry and that whole like business and technical aspect of it, but there really hasn't been anything else of that sort where I think it shows kind of the passion and love behind it, which is what I think this series is doing instead. It's not gonna be dreary about like, oh yeah, maybe at some point it might wax philosophical about like, oh yeah, the industry's tough, like people aren't paid well, etc. But like right now, really, this is a series about the spirit of anime and animation in general, and like the craft when it comes to making that art, and not necessarily about the gripes with it, right? I think it's refreshing to see this for once.
Mm-hmm. Good. I'm glad that I'll probably try to watch it. I'm just like, right now I'm trying to fight the hipster inside of me. It's going, no, everyone likes it, so don't. It's not actually that bad. But yeah. Okay. Cool. All the gifs I've seen on Twitter and stuff have been great, so, it looks like very appealing. All right, I'm going to talk about Darwin's Game now, because you were asking about, very specifically, I put on our doc that it feels like it's from 2014, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what that means. Darwin's Game is like a killing game, gacha game anime, where they have like an app on their phone, and they're like, oh no, now you're in a Danganronpa. And that is the most 2014 thing I could imagine, because that was like the peak, There were like 5,000 of these back then. Like Yume Nikki, very much like that. It's basically Yume Nikki, actually, now that I'm thinking about this.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, because there's this girl involved, and she like is now like in super love with him or whatever, the main man. But like the entire first episode, which is an hour long, is basically this man like a snake comes out of his phone and bites him, and now he's in the game. And
Wait, how does that look?
It comes out of his phone.
Like, a smartphone?
Yes. All I could think of when that was like, fuck, man, it's because you have a smartphone. If you didn't have a smartphone, it'd be fine.
You could close that right up.
You're always on that phone.
I'm always on that damn phone. So then he starts getting chased by this man in a panda mascot suit who just like trying to kill him, kills a cop in front of him, and then like chases him through a parking complex, and eventually he kills the panda man by having him get run over by a car. But the panda man was just a normal man. He was just another person playing the game. I thought he was like going to be like a character of the app or something, but he was just some sicko. I don't know. He just thought it was funny to wear a panda outfit. But I will say,
which he's right.
He's right. The funny thing was the entire time he was like, "That's the mascot of the local baseball team," and he kept saying, "Pan-chan, I did nothing to wrong you. Why are you treating me like this?" and stuff like that, and running away, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, then he like fights this chain girl or whatever, and he finds out the app gives you a special power when you download it or whatever, and his special power is he can make anything.
All right. That seems cheap.
Anything. So he makes a gun. And then he makes another gun.
Okay.
And then he sets up the guns to trick the girl, and then he beats the girl or whatever in PvP match.
Sure.
It's just like very like a weird thing is that even though the game has no like gaming aspects to it, it's just straight up murder. When you die from the game, you get like voxel blown up, like cubes out of you, like voxel or whatever, and it leaves an imprint on the ground in like blocks, which is kind of funny.
Okay.
But yeah.
So do they get transported into like
no?
or is it
it's
like
just in real.
like Gantz, where it's like Is it something like Gantz where it's kind of not clear?
No, it's very clear. It's just happening in like real life. Like they fought in a warehouse, and no, people were reacting to it. It's just like there's no like new like the news is just like, damn, we keep finding all these body outlines, these blocks.
Oh, these pixel blocks.
And they said like they thought it was Banksy, which was kind of funny.
What?
Yeah, but it was like a cop died, like defending him. Like he thought that would be a big deal. Like he literally just like cut the cop's head off. It was violent. It was it was fucked up. And like everyone thought, because at first I thought like, oh, maybe he disappears or whatever, because everyone was reacting to the panda. But no, they were reacting to him too. And so it's like, okay, it's very weird. Like everyone just sees this out and goes, damn, all right, oh, not my problem.
Okay.
So yeah, it really feels like it's from like 2014, in a weird, very weird way. That a couple shows last year also felt like very like from a time period, and it made me think like, oh, is this like an old? No, it's not. It's pretty new. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there was that one other death game series.
Oh, there was the streamer Danganronpa, but that wasn't even a death game, really. I'm going to tell you right now. That was nobody died.
Right, and you said you feel like it was leading towards parody.
I don't know.
Clear?
I really genuinely couldn't tell you. They're ending the story with an OVA, like next month, which, like, because it just sort of ended when it ended. It was really strange.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So, John, what's going on with Pokemon?
All right.
Oh yeah,
so I can talk about this because it's technically new.
Mr. Mime.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna go into all the different episodes because it's been a whole month, and I'm not gonna go into that. But one of the most recent episodes was fucked up. So they're still doing the thing where they're like going to all the different cities and they're like traveling across the different regions, which is cute. I really like that. But in one of the recent episodes, they go to the Battle Frontier in Hoenn. Like, they go to Hoenn, which is kind of crazy. And they enter a tournament to win a bunch of those, like, flutes. Like, if you remember all the different flutes that you can get in Hoenn. Yeah, they enter a tournament for the flutes. Which, again, I thought that was a cute little nod to something from that gen. And so they enter this tournament, and, Go uses his Score Bunny and a Scyther that he caught, because he's catching a shit ton of Pokemon. Like, they're actually like bringing up like, oh hey, people actually like to finish the Pokedex in these games, and so Go is like really into catching Pokemon and really into catching Pokemon. So he caught like every bug type in Kanto. Which, that's funny. So he has a Scyther and a Pinsir and, like, all that shit. So he goes with the Scyther and the Score Bunny. And Ash goes with a Pikachu, and since he hasn't caught any new Pokemon yet, he brings his mom's Mr. Mime.
You mean his father?
Or, yes, he brings his dad. He brings his fucked up, on-parole dad. And... So they go to this event, and there's just multiple shots of Mr. Mime doing the most like fucked up face imaginable. I'm probably gonna have to like. I mean, I posted it on my Twitter, but we'll have to like post it somewhere so people.
When
can
he
see
fucking like pretended to eat the banana, that was kind of mortifying to me. Like that he doesn't eat real food; he just pretends. That's
there's Mr. Mime is in this season a whole lot. And it's just like for a while, I was just like, oh, Niall's just being a fucking goof. He's just, it's funny. He's so pissed off at Mr. Mime. And, like, having to live with this, having to see this, like, every week, having to see Mr. Mime, I fully understand and I fully agree. He is a fucking pervert, and I don't trust him.
So, do you think between, like, Mr. Rhyme existing now, do you think someone at, like, the Pokemon Company really likes Mr. Mime and has been put into a position of power now? I
would say without a shadow of a doubt, I think the reason why is because there was such a big response.
Oh,
from
right.
Detective Pikachu
Japanese.
trailer.
Okay. So we were going in different directions. I was going to say I remember when a Japanese developer discovered that Americans fear clowns. And like maybe that spread throughout the nation. Remember, he said like I didn't realize the Americans were scared of clowns. We will use this in the future, or something like that. It was like
I was just thinking that people were like so crazy about Mr. Mime in Detective Pikachu that they were probably like, all right, let's bring Mr. Mime back. Let's have a big focus. Because something that they're doing in this season of Pokemon that is like fucking wild to me. Like I never like thought that they would do something like that, but they're like bringing attention to Pokemon Go even. Like obviously, yeah, the kid's name is Go. Like okay, whatever. But like whenever he catches a Pokemon, the Pokeball will go like, nice, excellent, like it does the like things that it says from Pokemon Go.
oh fuck.
Like it's so weird just like hearing that in a show, like every single time he throws a ball, just good, excellent. I'm like, whoa, like I don't know. It's still very good. I'm still having a really good time watching it. And I would recommend that this is like probably a really good place to jump on if you're interested in it. But also just be advised, warning, Mr. Mime. Like that's all I gotta say. He's in it a lot, and you know, like if you are like Niall and you are adverse to his fucking rancidness, then I would say steer clear. But otherwise, I would highly recommend this. It's the best Pokemon has been, I feel.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. It has looked very good from Twitter clips that people have been passing around. I've been noticing like it was happening a little with Sun and Moon, but especially with this new series, I think like maybe it just was perfect timing with the Sword and Shield, you know, and stuff like that. But I'm noticing a lot more of it. Though I also saw some clips from the 3D Mewtwo movie. Looks real bad every time I see it. Like there's some like charming bits to it, but it looks atrocious. Like just visually,
Did that not happen?
that had happened, but I feel like it must have just come out on Blu-ray or something or digitally, and now like people have access to it.
Are seeing it,
And it just does not look good, like at all.
No, I have not heard good things about it.
It looks worse than the original. Yeah, but yeah, LV, how's did you watch you watched Somali and the Forest Golem also?
Yes.
I also watched that. What did you think of it?
Oh, it's really promising so far. Though to be fair, it is kind of like a cliche trope where you have the, you have like so Somali's basically about this golem, this forest spirit golem. Forest Guardian. I don't know, there's like a lot of that fantasy terminology is just fluid lately. I don't know. Some people are using words wrong, but also I'm like, well, I can't argue that if that's your canon. But anyway, he's like a Forest Guardian of some sort, and he's like he basically the equivalent of like an emotionless robot. Like his job is just to do his job and making sure things are kept in check, and he's not going to intervene in any like, life or death things. Like that's just the way of nature, etc. And like it was built from this, was spawned from nature, and eventually I will return 1,000 years, etc. He eventually stumbles upon this human child, and in this fantasy world, humans are kind of like a weird, persecuted group, but it also is kind of like the reason why they kind of came in being like, it's like a monster, like different weird creature,
It's like
dominated world. The humans kind of came in and did the whole thing where like we're just like, you guys are fucking weird. We're gonna do like weird things to you.
Yeah.
And I guess the monsters just like overcame that, but now humans are kind of like a weird, enslaved kind of group in this world, or like
nobody even like knows them.
Minor.
Basically, like they only heard of them.
Yeah, they were either like scared away, or there's something about humans where now they're kind of like a kept thing, which is interesting. Like in Arumacun, like humans are not like a known knowledge thing. They're either like a myth or like they're just like an accessible thing. So the same rule applies here. So this golem, he finds this human child, a human little girl, and she's like, oh, in chains and sad, and then eventually, immediately he just starts taking care of her, and he's just bringing her around, and then, so far the premise of the series really is he's just bringing her around, making sure to hide her from people knowing what she is, because there's a clear threat where she's going to either get eaten, he's going to get in trouble, or like she's going to get hurt, etc. And like he just made this little cloak for her where like she has these fake horns on the hood, so people like just kind of assume she has horns, and that's not part of the quoting, but okay. Like there's like a little moment where in the first episode it's like, oh no, the horns, one of them got messed up, I gotta fix it, you can't go out like this. But yeah, the dynamic between the two is like this emotionless robot thing with this very, you know, like boastful, like very emotion, you know, like a lot of emotion, like high energy child, you know, and that's kind of the chemistry they're playing off with. And it's like a thing you see everywhere, but it's cute, it's still charming. It's like, it got me. I like this.
Yeah. The thing that I really appreciated watching it was that she actually acted like a real child, which is something that in a lot of these shows they end up making them either like a weird archetype or a prodigy. Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah, like they're too adult, and then that's how they kind of...
Yeah, like a good example, like in Made in Abyss, those kids are like...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is like... This is just a child that she is just running around. She is like chasing after cats and stuff, and like it's very like...
Yeah, and that's what gets her in trouble.
Yeah.
And you know, that's just gonna be a Yeah, I already know like the sort of things that's gonna happen.
But it's fine because it's like whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. It's also just beautiful. I like how very colorful it is. It's like if you look at this, you would think it's a very muted thing, but no, they like kind of went out of their way to be like, I guess, very experimental with like design. I don't know, like there's a lot of things going on here visually I've never seen before, and I like that. I actually read how like a lot of the production staff behind the show are like, you know, not Japanese people. I'm like, there's like more productions now that are actually being inclusive in terms of letting in like people who are not, you know, not native Japanese working on like anime, and that's kind of cool. Like actually like being in the forefront of like doing lead positions in terms of the art direction, etc. So that's nice. Like that's like a welcome thing. But like I think the background art by this was like, well, not the background art, but like at least some sort of art direction was led by someone who actually came from like a French background, and that's kind of interesting. And I guess that also explains why, in a way too, if you like, often anime has like a lot of these more like muted backgrounds, and they're very watercolor-esque, and I don't see that from this sort of show where it's very bright and eye-popping. And you see that a lot in American cartoons, where that seems to be the thing where the backgrounds are kind of treated as like, you know, it's like you gotta look at them, etc. You know. But yeah, this show is very promising. You know, I'm not expecting anything like mind blowing out of it, but it's just cute and I like it. It's not. I'm not worried about it, right? About it going sideways, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, that's good. Oh, I'm glad I'm not alone in this one. Yeah, I'm an easy mark for this trope, I'll just say. Really, it's like, I mean, you look at Ancient Magus Pride, no, it might not be 1-to-1, but you know, it's that type of thing. John, I watched Heya Camp also, even though I haven't watched Eurocamp, because my friend loves Eurocamp.
You haven't watched Eurocamp?
It's not my type of thing. Oh. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It makes sense. It's just like, oh yeah, it's like a...
Yeah.
Stuff happens. It's like nothing happens.
It's like the slice of life meme that we always post.
Look, there's nothing to say about Heya Camp. It's just it's like a little drip feed for more.
It really is
Eurocamp.
like that's what I felt like. It looks like life support. Like,
yeah, we gotta feed what these people need.
We are all like flipping out, waiting. So you know, it's fine. I'm glad we got a little bit, but yeah, it is absolutely just like, oh hey, here's your fucking IV, you sicko. It's fine. I have like nothing else to say about it because it's 3 minutes long.
all right. Yeah. I here's my opinion on it. Having never seen Eurocamp, I understand why people enjoy it. I think those other two girls are crazy and unhinged.
They are.
You know. Well, the Kirby girl talks way more than I expected her to. It's also my take. I really genuinely thought that she was like very boisterous, but I expected her to talk like Mayuri from Steins Gate, if you've ever seen how she talks. Which is very like Days kind of Hanazawa type thing. But she doesn't. She's very just normal. She's normal. Okay, I'll say that I watched Id. I forget what the rest of it is called. It's like Detective something or something. It's a detective thing, I guess. it's like a actually surrealist, like Inception style thing, I guess, where it's just like they go inside the mind of a killer or whatever and like solve puzzles and stuff like that. And it's very visually appealing. Like it's like this dude who's like set up like Rayman basically, who like has like a floating hand and stuff like that, and like his body parts are all disconnected, and he puts them together or whatever, and he like shoots his arm out to like pull rooms of a building together to figure out like a murder and stuff like that, which is like kind of cool. Yeah, like it again visually, I think it's like fantastic. It looks really, really good. It's vibrant and like bright. Even though it's going for like a sterile type thing, I think very much so, like a lot of white backgrounds and stuff like that, but they still managed to like really make it look good. There's 2 episodes of that out right now, I think. It's a little like, I don't know where they're going with it. I can't really tell right away. 'Cause it seems like there's an overarching plot, but I don't know. It's interesting. I recommend watching it, I guess, if you like sort of detective or surrealist works.
Okay.
Yeah, although it's on Funimation, so good luck with that.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else new we want?
Nothing new.
New? Okay. Do we want to go back to a little old stuff, or?
Maybe a little bit, because we don't have any other questions.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have any
again,
questions this time, so... And next time we're talking about Choochagatari, so... Yeah, alright, so, LV, what... Old stuff, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about Vinland Saga with me? That last episode fucking rules, like, really, really good.
Really good. The way the series kind of handles things, it was nice how it kind of jumped from one character focus to the next in a very smooth way. Like the way the things are framed, it's like, oh, we're gonna focus on this boy, and like, here's how he gets fucked up. It's there his dad dies, and like Vikings are fucked up. You know, like it just like remind like this is a fucked up, cruel world. You know, with people are pillaging things everywhere, etc. And it doesn't necessarily do that. It doesn't now focus on this one character. You know, his name is there's a lot of characters where they have Thor as like their first partner name. No, his name is Thorfinn, and it doesn't necessarily focus on him the whole way through. It kind of jumps between him, and eventually midway through the series, they introduce this prince character, this Danish prince character that's being held hostage by them, essentially. And I liked how, like, again, speaking for something, like, this character is, like, very good in that he's, like, actually a good foil to the main character, where they both kind of have these stakes to them where, oh God, everyone in the series has daddy issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone in the series has
all
daddy
of
issues,
them.
So, everyone here's, like, yeah, oh geez. Okay, so the main character, he like basically lost his father. He saw his father die, essentially. But the prince character to introduce, Canute. And the whole thing about Canute is that he's like a beautiful man.
He's very pretty.
Very beautiful. Yeah. He's very beautiful. He has like great hair, considering the conditions they're in. No one, I'm sure, bathes regularly. I don't know how that's working. He's very beautiful, and like unfortunately that kind of also goes with his personality, where he doesn't know how to stick up for himself. He depends a lot on like his handler, who's kind of his own father figure, and he knows like the actual the current Danish king, like in Sea right now, he doesn't have a good relationship with him. He knows like his actual father will favor his older brother to take in the throne, etc. And he just doesn't know how to stick up for himself. And in a foil to Thorfinn, the other main character, like, Canute kind of like learns to like become a bolder person and knows how to stick up for himself, becomes a little braver, kind of like learns how to put his foot down. And that his own handler unfortunately dies, so that kind of pushes him on the edge. So compared to Thorfinn, whose own father figure dies, Thorfinn is unfortunately like goes like the opposite path, becoming kind of this like twisted
He's really
person.
twisted.
Like it has a good contrast. Where Thorfinn becomes like really obsessed with like avenging his father, and Canute, the prince, just kind of like just slowly matures in a way that's very different. And the way that last episode ends, where Canute ends up killing the person Thorfinn wanted to, you kind of have this interesting clash between the two paths and like how they went to two different directions. But yeah, it returns to like a full circle in the end. And yeah, I like, and there's like this nice, yeah, and like in between, it does like the series focuses on these minor characters that kind of, it does a good job of being like, you're not gonna really see this person again, but it's okay, like, but it does a really good job of making you invested in them. Yeah, it makes it clear that they're not really, once their role is done, we're not gonna like revisit them again. I think it does a good job in that where like I don't feel like bothered by that. One in particular, and I think they did a good job with her, where there's this one girl who like is religious, like in one of the last few episodes, where she's very Christian, and like there's this really great thing where they focus on her a lot that the anime does that where I think the manga really didn't, or like I think they put closure on her in a way that I think the anime does better, where essentially how she essentially like the Viking group that Thorfinn is with, and they basically just wipe her village, because again, that's just what they do. That's just what's been happening in the whole series. It's really hard to just say, like, what else are they doing, right? And she has this personal confrontation with herself about, like, is there really a god? And, like, he let that happen to my family. They just died in front of me. Like, she survives because she ran out of her home before the Vikings came in, essentially. And she just managed to narrowly miss them. And she, like, has this really, like, it is really touching moment where she's looking at the sky, kind of confronting like with herself, like like if all that happened to me, like I'm just ready to die and be taken away, but she doesn't die, and it's just really upsetting, right? Despite all that happening, and she has this thing where she stole this ring from a market, and she's unable to like let go of it, despite knowing that she's afraid of like, oh, I sinned because I stole from the market, like, am I going to go to hell, etc. Like, they really make you invest in all these minor characters throughout the series that really only serve the purpose of enhancing, like, the rest of the main cast, but they do it really well. And I think the series serves, like, I think it serves the series in a great way where, again, yeah, you don't have to worry about them after this because they kind of done their job and that's it. We don't really need to focus on them any longer because the series really is about like exploring this bigger world, and there's just so much more to do. But like the series just has really great actors, and I think it does a good job too where you kind of like have these fake out moments. It's like, oh, this guy's a bastard, but do I kind of feel bad for him? I think the series has I don't know, like Askeladd is like a great antagonist, where he's just a bastard. He also literally is a bastard. Okay, not only does everyone have like an issue with their dad, I think like pretty much half the cast is like literal like legal bastards where they also don't know like. But I think the series also has like a very strong antagonist where he just consistently is an awful person throughout. Yet there are these blips where it's like, oh yeah, like my mom was like sick and she kind of went crazy because my dad was awful too. But like I never felt bad for this character, and I liked that. I liked that this was someone you really had like a distaste for throughout the whole season. And it's a shame that his arc is done, But like he was a very strong villain too, I think. Yeah, it's just like a good series.
I love Askeladd. Yeah. Like he's such a twisted man, but he's still like really good. Man. Like when he goes sicko mode, they add in like an effect for when he goes sicko mode, like in like the fifth to last episode or something, so that then they can show like even when he's just in like political discussions or something like that, you can see that he's going sicko mode internally because they put this like aura around him that was really, really good.
Right. It's like what is going on? Yeah, it's very good. He's a great villain because he pretty much catalyzes like the development of these two different characters into two different directions. And it's just fun. It's just funny how Vinland Saga is like, by the way, this is just the prologue part.
Yeah, the last episode's end of prologue. It was like...
the name of the last episode of this, and I hope there's gonna be another season. I hope, but like the name of the last episode of this is like literally called the end of the prologue chapter or something like that. It's literally just like what? There's more, and there really is more. It's a very dense series, and of course it is because it's like a big historical like fiction epic thing.
And it's just really good.
It's just good. I think the manga is gonna see an end pretty soon.
Yeah.
Thankfully it's not gonna drag out. There's like what else to say? There's no reason to drag it. I'm glad because there's like a lot of other series like this that they just don't know. like, who knows what's going on? Like, Vagabond is one of them, I think. Like, but that man loves basketball so much. He's like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish Vagabond. And Berserk, who knows what's gonna happen. But there's like a lot of other series that like this where they're like fit in this genre of very kind of like hyper violent and hyper detailed like historical fiction / fantasy stuff, and I don't know where they're going. This one seems like it has a clear plan because it's also, even though it's very loose, a lot of these characters don't have a historical equivalent, but some do. So like, it's gonna stick to like a timeline in some capacity. They can't go too far off with like the creative liberties it's doing. So I hope it does have a season 2 because it needs to. It kind of foreshadowed some characters that will appear, like in the rest of the series, like that little blip sequence where it shows like all these different people around the area and stuff and around the world. But I don't know, Wit Studio apparently is back doing Attack on Titan, so I don't know. I have to fight Attack on Titan, I guess. At this,
it's almost over. They have like 10 episodes.
Okay, but like,
but yeah, I mean, I was reading the funniest thing when like when I was halfway through Vinland Saga, I found out like, oh, the Vinland Saga anime director went to the mangaka's house and was like, please, I'm your biggest fan. Let me make an anime. I'm begging you. Because he was like, this is my favorite thing. So I'm sure they'll do more, especially because it's been so well received, like really well received. The only barrier it's had is it's on Amazon.
Yeah. I think in terms of like Japanese viewership, like it's one of the highest viewed adult programming. Like it's like in the I forgot what specifically, I forgot how it, but like it's something like it's in the midnight slot, but they get a lot of viewers watching this thing, and that's good. That's like a good thing. That's a good number to have. So yeah,
I hope to see more just because I really did appreciate that. Like to draw comparisons to Berserk. Like I like Berserk because it's like, edgy, whatever, etc. But like it's so fetishistic and bad at a lot of parts. Whereas there's been like virtually none of that in Vinland Saga. Like they will like talk about that stuff. Don't get me wrong. They'll talk about like the bad stuff, but it's not like oh, check this out. Isn't that fucked up? Like.
Yeah, it doesn't show, it understands the viewer and being like, what's going on. You don't need us to fill in the blanks. You know what's going on. We have no reason to show this. The violence is like violent.
They respect the viewer.
Yeah. Like the violence is violent, but it only shows that when like, there's like combat that's important to show, and how they do it too is like also like a good spectacle too. Like it's not like it's nicely animated. There was never it's just also been consistently produced. Like there's never been any points where like something looked bad. I think and there is CGI usage sprinkled throughout, but it's used tastefully and it's like in ways where I do recognize it. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't even notice that at first. Like this was used in a background element because that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like if you're not going to do CGI well, please do not put it in the forefront of the thing, like animate a character and it doesn't turn out good, right? Oh yeah, Somali had sorry to go back. Somali's ending sequence uses CGI. I don't know why. Like I don't.
It was alarming, honestly. I have to say, like the CGI. I forgot about that.
The two characters are animating CGI walking along this nice, quaint thing, but, like, why? I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but anyway. The rest of the series does not look like that. The episode itself did not use CGI like that. It was a very weird thing. Which, again, leads to my conspiracy theory, which I will carry into 2020. It must be some sort of weird CGI quota that these studios are being forced to fulfill, because, why? I don't know. They're like, oops, we did not use enough CGI in this Somali episode. We have to tack it onto the ending sequence, so we're fulfilling that quota. But yeah, it's a good ass show, and I hope it gets more eyes.
Yeah. I hope to God that season 2 isn't that far out. Like I know they're doing Attack on Titan next season, I think. So. And
they're doing some original.
Oh, they are.
Too,
fuck.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what this other thing is. Like, I don't know if it's based off of anything.
I just want more of this, like, immediately.
Yeah.
Damn. Alright. Is there anything else in particular we want to talk about? Or...
Real quick.
Go for it.
No, I mean, I don't have anything. I'm just saying if there is anything real quick.
Alright. Nah, I don't really have anything that much. That's...
No?
Yeah.
Are we good?
That's good, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so, yeah. Cool. Oh, we're back, and we'll be back to being normal now. We'll just be around now, barring any circumstances, I think. So, yeah, next week, have Choochagatari finished. You better, because we've given you plenty of time, everyone involved. At this point, what, 2 months, I think?
Yeah.
Are we doing the
deadline.
Patreon vote next too? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, we'll be doing a Patreon vote. So if you're a patron, go ahead and vote in the comments of whichever episode. You know, it doesn't really matter. Just get your voice heard. We will be listening to whatever the patrons vote for, or watching whatever the patrons vote for next time.
All right, so yeah, that's everything, I guess. Okay, so if you want to send in questions, we didn't really have questions this week because we were doing the awards thing. But if you want to send in questions, go to videogamechoocher.tumblr.com/ask. If you want to get access to this podcast 1 week early, go to patreon.com/VGCC. $3 gets you all of our stuff 1 week early. And you'll also get to vote, like, if you want to vote now, like, hey, you know, that's all I'm saying. All right, and I guess that does it. Thank you both for joining me.
Of course,
And
anytime, Rose.
hey, good, yeah, except for the month of December. But yeah.
Look, anytime that it's not Game of the Year.
All right, and we'll see you next time on the next episode of Choochagatari Unlimited Train Works. Have a good one.